Welcome to another class here at S.O.W. As you know, the brothers are going to the summit, so we're picking up class for today here in Houston. We are at 1510 Ken Forest Drive, Missouri City, Texas. Our class days and times: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 9, and Shabbat morning class is 10 to 2. Sometimes it goes a little later, but it never goes a little earlier. And of course, if y'all tuning in, you're used to watching the VA channel or the Rochester channel. Those are also schools that we are a part of, the same school. We got the Rochester location. Their class days and times are Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and we got the Virginia class. Their class days and times are the same as Rochester's. Our brother school, San Antonio, Texas. If you're ever in the area, stop by, visit the brothers. That 4444 Walsham Road, Suite 201. Yeah, good bros, good classes. Their class days and times are the same as ours here in Houston. Mashaba got the Podbean podcast, no, Podbean, the Podbean going. And then we have several different YouTube channels. You can like, share, subscribe, check them out, pass the word along. We got a lot of different social media. We got Instagram, we got TikTok. If you have small children, here in Houston, we do a kids class on the Shabbat. So while the adults are having Shabbat class, the kids are getting a separate Shabbat class. Very good, helping the kids learn the different books of the Bible and the different characters of the Bible and these main events that happen in the Bible that, things that they can remember and hold on to. If you want to make any orders to Israelware, they're still doing their thing. Hebrew Academy is done in Rochester, Virginia on Mondays. We do it here on Tuesdays. If you're in the area and you're trying to be more than just an online keyboard warrior, you can start coming to class and you can join the Hebrew Academy. If you need to reach a priest or teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia.
Chat lives matter too.
Chat lives matter. That's a new one for me.
Chat lives matter.
They do. I mean, everybody got their positions, huh? If you need to reach a priest or teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 757-300-4047 or Priest Kwatazap at 303-557-8979 or Priest Zainala at 346-234-8340. All right. If you want to send any donations, alms, offering, if you want to buy a whole cow and have it chopped up and hook brothers up with some meat, scriptures do talk about meat offerings. If you want to do something like that, hit up a priest and let you know where you can send that offering. Or if you want to send some books, pens, papers, phosphorus, Bibles, we accept those too.
A whole wave shoulder, huh?
Oh yeah, wave offering. We do have a business, Chosen Creations, where they do all different types of woodwork, metalwork, picture work, anything you can think of that you can decorate your home with, they got you covered. All right. But if you want to smell good, we got sweet ambiance for you. That sweet aroma. When you going on a date, or you out with your boo, you want to smell good. You can look good. You can look like a king with the headband, the armbands, and the Kwam Yasha necklace. But you gotta smell the part. You gotta smell like a king, and that's what we got to cover. That sweet ambiance. All right. Oh, no. So sweet ambiance, we got your cologne oil fragrances and your perfume oil fragrances. So check us out, sweetambiance.com. All right, and that's it for the announcements. We got a thought-provoking class for you guys today. Make you look inward and say, where am I on the spectrum?
Wait. What spectrum? Wait. Okay, never mind. My bad.
Not
It's a lot, yeah.
not the special spectrum.
Okay, it's a lot.
You know, there's many spectrums, just like there's many worlds.
I feel like it's called a spectrum because everyone is actually on it.
You know what?
I feel like everyone's actually on the spectrum.
I mentioned something like that to Corey on the way over here. I said everybody got something.
Everybody got something where they fit a color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't trip on that. I just know that's just.
I get paid from it.
Hey, if I could do that, that's the way to go. Anyone online, if you know how to get paid from being on that spectrum, you know, drop a link.
Any color of the spectrum, I'm trying to get paid on. I'll violet, blue,
Burgundy,
yeah, yellow.
right? So, the title of today's class is self-inflicted pain or internal pain. Let's call it internal pain. Internal pain. And we're gonna explore, you know, the different ways. Well, one, I'm gonna hit a certain angle on how jealousy plays a role in a man's life, in a woman's life, and what sparks this, and how does it help, or how does it destroy you? Because it does destroy. We know jealousy is not a good thing, nor is it a good thing to purposely hurt yourself, right? That's why I named this class Internal Pain. All right. So first scripture I want to get is James chapter 3 and verse 5.
Time. Book of James, chapter 3 and verse 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Go ahead.
And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity.
A world of what?
Iniquity.
It's full of iniquity, this tongue. It sets things on fire. And the crazy part about this fire, you ever heard of a fire-breathing dragon?
Yes.
That's someone that has this iniquity on their tongue. That fire comes from within, and it comes out their mouth. Read on.
So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body,
Go ahead.
and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell.
So you breathing out hell. You got hell at your lips, on your tongue. And like I said, we're gonna go through what this whole spirit of jealousy. And jealousy isn't just a thing where it's a man and a woman. Jealousy goes into the spirit of covetousness. Jealousy goes into, you know, hate. You could hate on your brother just because he's doing better than you. He looking better than you. I had a friend, he used to hate on just random people that had nice cars. It was strange to me. He was like, he don't deserve that. I'm like, how you know you don't deserve that? You don't know what you don't know him. You don't know what he been doing. But that's that jealousy. That's that internal hatred. You're mad at someone else because you don't have what they got. Oh, that's the shirt I gave you.
Okay.
It looks good on you. Yeah.
Are you giving with a grudgeful eye, brother?
No, I'm giving with a cheerful eye. I'm like, it looks really good on him. I'm thankful that I was able to give it to him. So yeah, so this spirit of jealousy and this tongue, it starts off on the inside and it comes out of your mouth when you start to voice these things and go through these things. I'm just gonna, this block of scriptures I just want to hit just as far as this intro is going, and then I'm gonna start allowing y'all to teach class in the sense of your thoughts and your input on this spirit, on how it affects someone internally, and then affects other people outwardly. All right, so give me Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 27.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and his lips there is as a burning fire.
His lips got fire on them, just like the James. Hellfire come out your mouth. Grudging, hateful, resentment, covetous. Go ahead.
A froward man showeth strife.
Mm-hmm.
A forward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth chief friends.
So this same person that has this evil eye towards his brother, that has a spirit of jealousy, he starts spitting that in other people's ears. He causes rifts and separations. You gotta look at yourself. Do you not want to talk to the person that offends you? And then you want to talk to someone else that's around, and you might chuckle and giggle about someone else. But instead of making that person the joke, why not talk to him? Do you have some type of covetous spirit or any stem of or root of jealousy in you, or hatred towards that brother or that sister? Because I've seen it happen. I've seen people kind of huddle together and someone else is the butt of their joke. What are they doing to that other person? Why are they treating like this? Why are they acting like this? Why do they laugh and look over at me? That's like very juvenile in high school, right?
Oh, kind of.
That's like high school. Kids do that. I don't know. They do that in elementary too. But you start stirring up a spirit of jealousy in that other person. You got one spirit on you, and then you invited another spirit to jump in. Now that person is like, I want to be a part of the crew. I feel ostracized, but now I want to be a part, because they're the cool sisters, or they're the brothers that people look up to. I want to be a part of them. We have to be aware of ourselves and what kind of spirits do we stir up in one another. From there, give me Matthew. Give me Matthew. Chapter 7 and verse 1.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete it. And what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again.
Go ahead.
And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye?
You worried about someone else, but you don't even consider yourself. You don't see how you moving. You laughing and giggling and snickering over another sister or another brother, but you don't realize how you moving. You don't check yourself. You're only looking outward, but you got a whole beam hanging out your own eye. Read on.
Verse 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye?
Verse 5.
Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
And jealousy, a lot of times when people feel this jealousy spirit, or this internal self-hatred spirit, because that's where it comes from. It comes from you feel insecure about yourself. I've been the butt of every joke. I feel like I've been the butt of a lot of jokes. And when Judah goes in, Judah goes in. You know it. You know Judah just don't stop. It's not like there's a tip and tap for a little bit and then it tapers off. No, it just keeps going. And going and going and going and going. So I've been in all that. And what I start chalking it up to is, okay, these brothers that they feel some type of way towards me, and they get amusement off of making me the butt of their joke. Now, I can just turn around and start trying to fire back and continue to fuel the flame, or I can just let them make it. Let them get their kicks, because obviously they have this spirit of jealousy. There's something about me that they're uncomfortable with. That's why they want to go so hard. So what is it? What's fueling their jealousy? What are they going through that's causing them to feel this internal pain that they want to lash out at someone else? Because that's what it is. It's just a lash out. When you don't really want to talk to the person that either offended you or is better than you in something, because that's a big hatred. That's a big part of jealousy. Someone's good at something. Why hate on a brother because he's better at you at pulling scriptures? Or he's better than you in breaking something down? Or he got more scriptures readily available in his brain than you do? Scriptures say covet the best gifts, not hate or be jealous of a brother because of their gifts. Or a sister. So why not just talk to the brother or talk to the sister and say, hey, I like that you do this so well. Can you help me be as good as you? I feel like when you keep that type of stuff inside and you let that covetousness, that jealousy spirit fester inside of you, you're hurting yourself. You're not hurting anyone else. And there's an instance in the Bible where the Bible talks about someone that hurts themselves. Give me Matthew 17 and 15.
Matthew chapter 17, verse 15. Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed. For oftentimes he falleth into fire, and oft into the water.
So he's a lunatic. He's a lunatic. Now someone look up the definition of lunatic. Give me a definition of lunatic. Because in this account, he says he falls off in the fire and off in the water. In another account, he says he throws himself in it. Throws himself in the fire, throws himself in the water. Because he's off. What you got?
A lunatic, a mentally ill person, or
on the spectrum? We're talking about that, right?
3 is a person who is legally declared to be of unsound mind and who therefore is not held capable or responsible before the law.
What you got, Lashabar?
Lunatic, a person who behaves in a wildly foolish, reckless, or uncontrolled manner.
Dang. Reckless, foolish, uncontrolled manner. I'm gonna read to y'all what I got. Lunatic. Someone affected with a severely disordered state of mind. You don't got your priorities straight. You worried about the wrong things. You're looking at the wrong people. Severely disordered state of mind. 2, a person who behaves in a wildly foolish, reckless, or uncontrolled manner. A person who behaves in a wildly foolish, reckless, or uncontrolled manner is a lunatic. So, how do people act when they get jealous? Huh? They act like a lunatic, huh? Okay, I threw out a couple of examples, right? You know, I said someone hating on someone else, but what are your experiences of jealousy? What would make you jealous? Or have you ever been, has someone ever been jealous of you? And why? Online, y'all can answer too. Have you ever been jealous of something or someone, and why? I deny it.
I would say both. So, and for me, it's like the relationship with the husband and being jealous, and then on the other side, it was like people wanted when I didn't realize, like people wanted what I had, and I was like, what? Like it's both the relationship and then others. It's like what all the things that you mentioned definitely was reciprocated on both ends.
Anybody else?
I would get jealous over my husband does a really good job at compartmentalizing, right? And I would see him just like at peace, being able to study, right? And then like take a phone call and then just like watch a movie and listen to music at the same time. And he was just super relaxed. And I would be like, okay, I have all these things to do, but why can't I just sit still and do what he's doing? So for me, it like I can find myself jealous at those times, and I'm like, why can't he sit there? It looks like he's not doing anything, but he's doing everything.
Yeah.
But he's just, I'm like, okay, I understand. I have to find my peace of mind and just do one thing at a time and pace myself. But when you look, like as a woman, you kind of feel like you're not allowed to just sit still. So when you see the man and the man is just kind of kicked back and he's, you know, he has his arms out and he's kind of relaxed and you're like, wait a minute, I need to cook and clean and sew and this and this. And so for me, I've had my time where I'm like, okay, I'm jealous of that, you know, because as an Israelite woman, it's kind of like this thing. You're not supposed to sit still, you know, like, or not to say you're not supposed to, but it's hard to just sit still, you know, and just like kind of watch TV because there's so many other things to do. But yeah.
That needs to be handled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a cute jealousy. That's cute.
That's cute.
I think she's going more along the lines of the fact that it looks like, because you know when we're sitting back and we are, like if I'm sitting back watching TV, really the TV is watching me, right? So I might be up in the room, maybe sitting back, TV on, but I'm not really sitting back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the thing where if you really, what she's saying is the compartmentalizing part is I can have the TV going and it looks like I'm just sitting back and chilling. But then if you really look at what's going on, there's 4 other things happening simultaneously where the TV is not where my lust is at or where I'm really wanting to be.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I think it's more of having a few pots on the stove at the same time, but understanding what needs to be taken care of first. Then it just looks like you're not really doing much. And I'm doing a lot, you know, it's like it doesn't appear, like things don't appear to be what they are type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we ain't never really just kicking back. There ain't really no time to relax. Because like she said, you be watching TV, but the phone's ringing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or this is going on, or that's going on. So there's never really a relax. It's
Yeah.
just different offices.
You know, in those moments, and I like this example because of this. And just on the point of jealousy, right? A woman could be like this. Well, he ain't doing nothing, let me put him to work. Hey babe, the trash needs to be taken out. Hey babe, can you help me with these dishes? Hey babe, can you clean out the refrigerator for me while I do the dishes? It's like it don't look like I'm doing something, but I am. Just like how he said, he's doing these other things. And then a woman could just be like, ugh, I hate that he gets to just chill and I got so much I gotta do. Let me put him to task. Cause he ain't doing nothing. Yeah, Jenna.
But real quick, but that's that irrational,
Lunatic.
that lunatic that you're talking about, because that impairs your thought process. The way you see things, it impairs the thoughts, right? Or your thoughts impair your vision.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're really looking at what that person is doing, right, then there's no need to be jealous, because then it's like, hey, you want to do that? Let's just switch roles for a moment. Let's switch tasks. Let's switch jobs. I say it all the time. Like, any one of y'all can have my phone. Any one of y'all can have my phone, right? And let's see what happens. I'll take your phone, you take my phone. And everything that comes up on this phone, you got to deal with. Everything that pop up on this phone, whether it be a phone call, whatever it is, text, phone, whatever it is, deal with it. And I'll deal with the stuff on your phone. And then we'll see who has a reason to be jealous. I'll be jealous of y'all.
That's real. That's real.
I'd be jealous. I'd be like jealous of the soldiers. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a soldier again.
All I gotta do is read and pull up the class.
That's it. That's it. I be wanting to be a trooper again sometimes. Be jealous as hell. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about what to be jealous of, go ahead, man. Go ahead, I'll try.
No, but I was just saying, like, for a while, I didn't understand what was happening, but then when I would really start to pay attention, and I would see, like, oh, okay, there's one book open, and then I'll see, like, 3 other books open, and then I'll see properties for sale on the computer, and then I'll see Forex, and then I'll see, like, it's just, like, all these different things happening at the same time, and then the kids are, like, running up, and they're like, hey, Dad, and he's like, what's up? You know? So I'm like looking, when you stop and you really pay attention and say, okay, wait a minute, what am I upset about? You know, like, okay, let me go ahead and covet what it is he's doing, right? That's where you're able to actually compartmentalize in those different things. But another major thing that I was gonna say that I get jealous over is I'll see the sisters that work from home, and I'll be like, man, it would be really nice to be at home, but at the same time, I'm like, wait a minute, just put yourself in their shoes. They still have to deal with their household and have to deal with their children. So, you know, like, just pay attention to the things that they go through, because everything always isn't what it is, you know, it's different. So, and then when Para is sewing on her machine, she's just like, done, and I'm like, oh Gosh, I wanna be like her. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, those are righteous jealousies, you know? I'm talking about these wicked ones though.
Damn. They don't want to talk
Straight
about
to
those.
it.
They ain't trying to talk about those.
Watch the bar.
So,
Watch the bar he about to drop some bars. He gonna, so I, you know when you gonna put me on blast.
this is before the truth.
Uh-huh.
So, I live with the plug,
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
and
Got
this
it.
is what I was trying to get my hustle on. But you know, when you first start, nobody knows that you're out there, so they kept going to him. So it's like, why can't I make no money?
I got that fire too.
Exactly.
It's the same fire he got. I got it from him.
So, pretty much leading to the definition, I pretty much just started stealing from him.
Dang.
I would-
Hey.
Yeah,
It was like reckless, it was foolish.
Con. You was moving like a lunatic.
God,
Out your mind. Yeah. Who else had their hand up? Corey, I thought you had your hand up, Gabar.
I have one. Let's see. So mine is like, I see like a nation or somebody, or that's out there that's just
Bring it out.
putting in, they barely. I'm out here just grinding, and they got everything, and I'm just like, and I'm following the book, and I'm doing everything, and I, sometimes I look at them and might get a little jealous or envious of it, because I'm like, man, y'all just doing this, and then you got this house or this car, this and that, and I've been just, staying in the book and going in. It's like, hey, why I can't get it, or why I can't have it,
Yeah.
Sometimes I go like that, but then I have to catch myself and know I have to get back to the what's at hand.
What the Bible say, right?
Yeah.
hmm But you can't get there's a in knowing that there can be a confusion there. It's like, why they get to have it like that and we can't? Like, why we gotta work so much harder? Why we gotta scrape and grind for every inch that we get?
Right.
And they out doing wickedness, and it comes to them easily. I mean, yeah.
It goes back to all the Psalms that we've been reading, and like all the Proverbs, right? Just on Corey's thought, it goes back to all that, where if you're not paying attention to the Psalms, like Psalm 73, right? If you're not paying attention to, everything that we've been reading about in these Sabbath classes, just about the wicked and their gain, and how it's but for a moment, right? One of my favorite scriptures, I had to pull it on him, I had to cut him with it the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I had to cut this brother with it real quick.
Like,
where is it at?
Proverbs 26.
It's my favorite, but I don't even remember where it's at. No. It's we just read it in Sabbath class.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of another one.
What is it? Proverbs.
It was 8.
It's Proverbs 8. And, right. Proverbs 8 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
Read verse 17. Proverbs 8 and verse. Just on the note of what he was speaking of. Proverbs 8 and 18. Read that.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 18.
And this is speaking of attaining wisdom. This is speaking of wisdom. Go ahead.
Riches and honor are with me.
Go ahead. No, read verse 17.
Verse 17.
Right.
I love them that love me,
Go ahead.
and those that seek me early shall find me.
Right. Those that seek me early shall find me. Go ahead.
Riches and honor are with me.
See that? Riches and honor are with me. Go ahead.
Yea, durable riches.
What kind of riches?
Durable.
Huh?
Durable.
Right. Durable riches. Right. Go ahead.
Riches and righteousness.
Durable riches and righteousness. So, I like this one because What's an Israelite's problem? What's always an Israelite's issue? Women, right? Not having enough money and relationship issues, right? And we got to sit back and look at, like the brother said, we're looking at these nations. It seems as if they're not going through these things, right? Or they can take back, shortcuts to alleviate their problems. But just think about it. Look at you got everything being put on blast when it comes to like taking the shortcut, right? You got this whole Diddy trial. You got all these different things coming out of people that just wanted to take shortcuts. All them celebrities will tell you they saw somebody else that had something and they wanted it and they went and got it. And they took shortcuts. And so their riches are no longer durable, right? When you think about that word durability, means that it's gonna last. Meaning you could put it through the test and it's not just gonna break down because of a moment or because of a situation, right? If you have a durable vehicle, you can run it up the curb, you can, you know what I'm saying? You could moonwalk with it, you could make the thing do a wheelie, you could race with it, you could drag it through the mud.
You can moonwalk with it?
Yeah, moonwalk with the car, right? However you do that. But the car is made durable, it's gonna last through those times where the road is not so smooth. But what gives us those durable riches, right? And why is it when we look at the prosperity of the wicked, what is it that we don't see from them? We see riches, but we don't see durable riches. We don't see how they shortcut, right? We don't see how their jealousy, right? How the way they went about to get things has a long-term effect, because it tells you riches gained unjustly, right? It says they grow wings like doves and fly away. The wicked always have to watch their riches they lose sleep. Those that seek to be rich fall into many hurtful lusts, right? All these scriptures that we got to look at and say, well, damn, what is it about the riches? Or is it the mind state? Is it the fact that I was a jealous person and I saw somebody else rich, and then I went out without wisdom to attain riches, and now those riches that I have are not durable, right? And how do I avoid the mindset of jealousy, covetousness in my journey? Because like the Bible says, nothing wrong with being rich. It's telling us right here, durable riches and righteousness, right? So there's nothing wrong with having riches, but it's how a man goes about it, what mind state he's in, and how long do you want it to last? So just on that point, right? Go ahead, you go back.
So, jealousy hits people differently. And, there's several different things we can be jealous about. I got a little list, right? Of reasons. I got a little list of reasons why people would be jealous and the different emotions that people trip and go over. It's sad, but it's human nature. It's valid. So for one, jealousy can come from fiercely being protective or vigilant over one's possession. You trying to maintain and keep what you got. Kind of a spirit of jealousy can come over you.
So then that would mean, just off of that, could I just?
Yeah.
That means that a woman has no place to be jealous over her husband. She has no place, right? Because he ain't your possession. Like, you trying to gatekeep your husband, he ain't your possession. Right? According to what you just...
Fiercely protected or vigilant of one's rights or possessions. Fiercely protective of your possessions.
Who did that? That Mathanai in the corner did. I didn't look up, but I heard it. I know what Mathanai sounds like. She said, I think that definition might have hit her. She might have thought about that. Like, wait,
It back.
okay, read that twice. There ain't no space. If according to that, if it's about being jealous, we can understand that being jealous over, or being, guarding, trying to guard something. But is jealousy now the way to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus. We're gonna throw a scripture in the midst of these. Ecclesiasticus 36:24.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
He what?
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Okay, so he got the right to be upset if someone else is knocking on the door of his wife. Someone else is a little too close, whispering in her ear, sidebar conversation in the corner, with his hand all propped up against her. Hey, sis, how you doing today?
Oh, no.
He said, this is my possession. What you doing over there? Jealousy can spring up in that manner. Read on.
A help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
A brother cannot want his possession to be spoiled. That's why he got to be fiercely protective over it. Because just like when Samson, the Philistines got to Samson's, Philistine rib, and he was like, hold on, someone been plowing with my heifer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the possession was spoiled. When someone else is plowing with your heifer, the possession is spoiled. It's like, man, there's other influences here. I'm not the influence. Someone else is. Did you finish that?
And he that has no wife will wander up and down mourning.
Yeah, you'll be sad. And then, shoot, that spirit of jealousy, because you didn't protect your possession. Now you hating on everyone else because they got possessions. So that's just one aspect of jealousy, right? Another one, feeling resentment against someone because of that person's rivalry, success, or advantages. You're mad because someone's good at something. You're mad because they got something that you don't got. Jealous over it. 3.
And let me just say something. That's why in certain instances, because you were saying earlier in the class, I was listening, you were talking about how you were saying something about like what jealousy can translate to.
Kind of.
One thing that was left out just based on just the thought process of I'm jealous over something that you got and I kind of want it, and you touched on like the covetousness.
Right.
But I feel like even being jealous could lead to that spirit of murder.
Oh, yep.
It leads to that type of spirit where and there's two ways that I look at this spirit, right? When I say the spirit of murder, where yeah, you'll kill somebody for the thing they got because you're jealous. But then when it pertains to sisters, and we know the thing, right? The multiple wives, where if you're a jealous person, it'll prevent you from actually helping the next person, right? Being an aid to that sister, because now you're doing what? You're trying to protect your
Possession.
which ain't really yours,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you're being competitive. Why? Oh, he got her because he don't like me no more because he thinks that she's better than me.
Mm-hmm.
You see how it goes into these things where I can take this definition and apply it into that situation over and over. But you got to really look at what that spirit does. It is a spirit that can kill, because you'll literally kill somebody for the thing they have, or you'll step away from somebody that needs something because of what you don't want them to have. Does that make sense,
God.
Corey?
Yeah. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. You hiding in the.
No, I'm locked in.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just, you know,
All right.
I'm being covetous right now. Coveting the best gift.
God. Go ahead. Come with the best gifts. Right, go ahead.
Okay, so another one. Feeling resentment because of another's success and advantage. Just hating.
We've had brothers express their jealousy over other brothers getting ranked.
Con.
I'm just gonna say it. It happened.
Yep.
We've had brothers express their you know, brother got ranked and they felt like
They should got ranked.
right, or that brother didn't deserve it, or whatever they can. We've heard it, right? We've heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else's success, instead of being happy for them in their time, you're thinking, well, they didn't deserve that.
That root of jealousy starts to spring up. He got it and I don't. Next one. Characterized by or proceeding from suspicious fears or envious resentment. So you start, that spirit of jealousy can start to spring up just from things that you're suspicious of. Why is he smiling on his phone? What's he looking at what's he looking at that got him? It looked like he typing and he's smiling like.
Because I was actually looking at the word jealousy. But I know you.
What's going on over there? The suspicion, right? Or why you all of a sudden need to go to the store? I'm at the store real quick. We don't need anything. Why are you going to the store? Because I want something. I don't need anything, but I want this. Something I want. Suspicion. Oh, you don't normally do things like that. You don't. You're doing something different than what you usually do. Antennas start coming up. Suspicion.
Yeah.
Jealousy is in the air,
Okay.
swirling around,
Read.
because you're trying to be protective of your possession, right? Say, he that giveth the wife giveth the possession. It didn't say, she that giveth the husband giveth the possession. I mean, book, chapter, verse, Ecclesiastes 36 and 24. He that giveth wife giveth possession. Not she that giveth the husband giveth the possession. Why are you moving like that? Where you going? Who you with? How long you gonna be out? What time you come back? The suspicions. All right, another one. Inclined to or troubled by suspicions or fear of rivalry, unfaithfulness, etc., as in love or other aims.
Where are you going with that?
Oh, that's jealous of another woman.
I got one also to go with that. I mean, where you about to go? You about to go to the scripture?
No, you got it.
Go to Numbers 5 real quick. I don't know if y'all realize it, but the word for jealousy and the word for zeal, it's the same word in Hebrew. The word for jealousy and the word for zeal is the same word in Hebrew. And this is the thing, the word has to be put in its context. You have to put the word, like what he's doing, he's going through these different applications of the word because the word has a broad context. So you got to know how to put it in the, so what we're seeing is that but jealousy is not always a bad thing. It's the context in which the emotion is applied. That's where it's bad. Where if you have a lunatic's mind, lunatic, right? When you have that type of mind, you're not going to be able to have the proper application of the word, of zeal, or even of jealousy, however you want to state it. Numbers 5, where I want to go at. I want to go to Numbers 5. Just the it's right there. Numbers 5, 6. Spirit of jealousy. 5:14.
Numbers chapter 5, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And the spirit of jealousy come upon him,
Right.
and he be jealous of his wife.
Read verse 11.
Verse 11.
Right.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Right.
Speak unto the children of Israel,
Right.
and say unto them, if any man's wife go aside
Uh-huh.
and commit a trespass against him,
Go ahead.
and the man lie with her carnally,
Uh-huh.
and it be hid from the eyes of her husband,
So a man lies with another man's wife, but is hid from the husband. Come on.
and be kept clothed, and she be defiled,
But she's defiled, right? And that spirit comes on that man of, wait a minute, you defiled, or you moving kind of funny, or why you smell like another man's cologne, or you know those little telltale signs. You know what I'm saying? Why all of a sudden you got a lock on your phone? Why all of a sudden you dipping out late nights? Used to be a homebody, now all of a sudden all of a sudden you got late night grocery runs. Go ahead.
and there be no witness against her.
Kroger ain't even open at 12. Go ahead.
Neither
But there's no witness. Go ahead.
neither she be taken with a manner,
Go ahead.
and the spirit of jealousy come upon him.
So what it's saying is they weren't caught. They weren't taken in the manner. They weren't caught. There was no witness, but that his intuition hits. Something ain't right. She moving funny. Y'all all been there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, I shouldn't say all. I don't hope everybody had a cheating partner. I hope we all haven't been there. I've been there. I know how that goes. Go ahead.
And he be jealous of his
He
wife,
be what?
jealous of his wife,
Go ahead.
and she be defiled.
Right.
Or if the spirit of jealousy come upon him,
Right.
and he be jealous of his wife,
Go
and
ahead.
she be not defiled,
Go ahead.
then shall the man bring his wife unto the priest.
No, don't be jealous at all.
Then shall the man bring his wife unto the priest.
No, see, there's a way to go about in a good context how a man should carry out his jealousy, right? But then when we read in Proverbs 6, it tells you that jealousy is the rage of a man.
Mm.
That's the bad way to carry out jealousy. Just go kill everybody. Let's go, why, man? Somebody slept with her. I'm just gonna kill the whole club.
Oh no.
Just gonna kill the whole club. Nah, wait, hold on. What's the law say? The law say don't be angry, don't be foolish, don't be irrational, because that's what that lunatic mind is. It's about irrationality. Being irrational, not thinking clearly, not thinking with logic, where the law gives us, if you feel a certain way, how to deal with it, right? In that jealousy mode. It tells us what to do, right? When a man feels jealous over that his woman has laid down with another man, it tells you what to do. It don't say go out and set it off. It don't say that.
Said it all.
Nah, hit the trunk, pop the trunk. Nah, right? It tells us what to do, but it don't say don't be jealous, because in the context of the word, what did you just read? If a man what?
Oh, you talking about the possession?
Yeah.
Fiercely protective or vigilant of one's right or possessions.
No, there was one you just read right before this. Why I went here?
Oh, it was inclined to or troubled by suspicions.
There it is. Troubled by suspicions. Go ahead.
Or fears of rivalry.
Or fears of rivalry, right? Another man laying down with your woman is a rival. Go ahead.
Unfaithfulness.
Unfaithfulness. Go ahead.
As in love or aims.
See that? The Bible shows us how to deal with that jealousy. It shows us, what to do in those situations. And then notice how it don't give anyway. Nothing. Go ahead. Where you at?
Oh,
I ain't gonna finish the thought.
we got a little bit more on jealousy.
Yeah, what you got?
Jealousy also stems from feelings of inadequacy. I'm not good enough. That's why I'm jealous of her. Or
No. Let's say it right.
okay,
Let's say it right. I'm not good enough. Can we just deal with this topic and not be weird? Okay. Just asking. Because it's sisters in here, brothers, I just want to make sure that we good. I don't want nobody to go home, get punched up by their ribs in the corner, get beat down, all of a sudden you're in the doghouse,
get beat with the phone book.
get beat up with the phone book, she punch you down the steps. Bah!
Don't leave no marks.
You come to class tomorrow just sore. What happened, brother? Oh, I went for a walk. I hit the gym late night. Nah, your rib was beating you up downstairs on the couch. Like, anyway.
She hope over you.
Anyway, the thought is really, because I've heard it said, if we're dealing with what is it?
Inadequacy.
Inadequacies, it's you got her because I'm not good enough. Now I'm jealous. Can we be real? Can we be real on that?
Say it again. I ain't get it.
You got her because you feel I'm not good enough. Now I'm jealous.
Got it.
Can we be real on that, sisters? I want sisters to voice their opinion on that. Or I don't want to put put nothing on y'all, no thoughts on y'all. But like, ain't that how the thought goes? Because you don't think about being inadequate until a rival is presented, right? You don't think about you don't think about that. What am I lacking in? What am I not doing until there's a possibility that somebody's there to do it better? That's what sisters, listen, that's what brothers, that's what jobs, that's what positions.
Yeah.
Wait, you hiring somebody else that does the same position that I do. It's a one-person position. I think you've been there, right? Right.
That was definitely my little story of jealousy. 'Cause like, for me, it was like, I didn't understand why you needed, am I not enough? Or at the moment when, we were younger, I was like, am I not enough for you? Or why do you need another? I didn't understand it.
Right. Right, and that's the thing, it is a lack of understanding. Because I think the lack of understanding is thinking that it's a need. That's the thing. I think that if we're just dealing with this part of the topic, I don't want to make this the main focus, but think about it. If it was a need, then everybody would be doing it. Every brother in here would have more than one rib. Nobody in the camp has more than one rib in Houston, if we're dealing with that topic.
Mm-hmm.
VA, just one brother. You go to
Two.
who? Oh, right. You go to Rochester. So if it was a need, if it was something that we all needed, then we would all be doing it. So I think even the mind of, why do you need this? It's like, I don't necessarily need it, but it is a right. And because I'm not your possession, you can't tell me how to move. And I think that's where things get weird, where it's like, well, you only want to do this because of something that I'm not doing. And it's not always the case. Like, I've seen that happen. I've literally seen ribs that didn't want to walk, lock, and step with their husband with the word, right? And literally the Most High was like, okay, I'm going to hand deliver. While you over here having a hissy fit, losing your damn mind, over here in the corner, and you're halfway out of there anyway, here goes a hand delivery, right? And out of the clouds floats another rib, right? Brother didn't have to go out and do nothing. You're just doing this regular old thing. Just show up to work. Show up to work, and then here you go. And then you over here losing it, and then you try to act like it's this other person that's introduced when it's not. It's not. It's you were already losing it. And then you try to add that to it, and then what happens? Sort out your brain, show you that you ain't got nothing to do with that situation ain't really got nothing to do with you. You stand on your feet, they're gonna stand on their feet, and then what tends to usually happen? Everything gets brought back together in its proper perspective, right? Or the person having the hissy fit decides that this is my exit. This is my outro.
It's my reason.
This is my reason. When that wasn't even the actual reason. It's a game. You was already in the mind floating the idea of leaving because of other reasons, and then here goes this ultimate thing that it's like a thing. I don't understand the thing behind it, but we know that it's a thing. We know that there's a stigma behind it, the thought behind it, but the thoughts is what you conjure up, right? I'm not good enough. That's what you told yourself. Unless you really ain't good enough and you're being told that you're not, then you gotta fix it, right? But it's the going back to the title of the class, like the internal stuff that you develop because of something, right? Where are you gonna go now?
I was gonna finish this out. Okay, jealousy also stems from feelings of inadequacy, though they are usually more in coincidence with envy. However, whereas envy is the desire to possess what someone else has, jealousy is the fear of losing what we have. So envy is, more of I want what someone else got, but then jealousy is this other realm of jealousy is like I don't want to lose what I got. So you could feel like you're losing that person that you got in your life, and you get jealous over that, and you want to try to hold on, and then holding on. When you start trying to fight to hold on to something, you put more of a wedge between you and that someone instead of coming together in understanding and wisdom. So this next point, what does jealousy lead you to do? What does jealousy lead you to do? Obviously, you start to neglect your duties when you're jealous. Things can start getting a little messy because you're focusing more of your time on things that, quite frankly, you shouldn't even be concerned about. Give me Ecclesiastes 33 and verse 27.
Ecclesiastes chapter 33, verse 27. Send him to labor, that he be not idle.
Mm-hmm.
For idleness teaches much evil.
Idleness does what?
Teaches much evil.
So right now we're in class, right? We come to class to learn, and we're being taught in class. When you have the spirit of jealousy on you, and you're not keeping yourself busy, what's teaching you now? That spirit of jealousy is teaching you. And you're learning all the wickedness. Your brain is going through all these different avenues of what could be happening behind closed doors. The thing that you're so worried about, the things that you can't see, that you got to try to investigate everything.
And then make it up.
That demon definitely paint pictures in your mind of things that didn't happen. Start having dreams about things that didn't happen. And then a brother or a sister can get accused because of the dreams. It's wild. You get accused of cheating because you had a dream that your spouse had a dream that you was cheating on them. And idleness. You sitting there learning from idleness. You're sitting there learning from that demon of jealousy. Give me Ecclesiastes 37 and 11.
Ecclesiastes chapter 37, verse 11. neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Mm.
Neither.
No, that's all I want on that one. That was all I wanted.
Damn, that's it.
That's it. This is a whole verse, but that's all I wanted.
Hey, this is his class. This ain't my class. This is his class. So
Don't consult.
I'm out the woods.
Don't consult with a woman touching whom she is jealous. So you can't talk. So a jealous woman or a jealous man, you really can't consult with them about things, whether it be, let's say, like we use the example how brothers got jealous of certain brothers getting ranked. Well, I can't talk to this brother about this other brother in his position now. We can't consult about that because you're jealous of him. Same thing like with a sister. Look, I made this mistake once. I made this mistake once when I was before the truth in the world. Had a coworker. We worked this close together every day. We're literally like this close, and we had to stay like this for hours.
That's real close.
Yeah, it was real. We only had like a little piece of a wall that was like this tall between us.
Oh,
That's
at
it.
least you had that.
And we're close, and we talked a lot. This is the person right there next to me. I'm sitting here 10 hours, 8 hours a day with this chick. And I would come home, and well, when I talk about my day, guess who I'm talking about?
The coworker.
The coworker.
In a coworker's type of conversation.
Con.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's the coworker.
I already know where it's going.
Because I'm right next to her all day. And not only that, she trained me. And she was my manager. So, every time I open my mouth about work, because, my significant other at the time, she would ask me, oh, how was work? I was like, oh yeah, me and so-and-so, we're going over this, and me and so-and-so, we had lunch together, and then so-and-so said this, and this was funny, and blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
You always talking about so-and-so. Like, I'm just saying, her name was Mai. Like, you always talking about Mai. Mai. Everything you say is mine. And I'm like, oh, you asked me. And then this went on. And then she goes, you know what? I'm starting to think that you and Mai got something going on.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we work together.
Coworkers.
And I'm like, what do you mean we got something going on? I was like, why is she bringing you lunch? I was like, well, she
Want the whole team lunch.
Yeah, I mean, we work. She looking out for me, and look, hey, I might treat for lunch. Is that a problem? It's like, I don't think you should treat her for lunch. Like, well, dang, she's always giving to me. I can't do something nice back.
No, because now they gotta personify their jealousy onto you,
Mm-hmm.
and so you gotta be like them.
That's it.
That's how jealousy works.
Don't consult. Don't bring up. Don't talk about your day. Don't go through whatever you go through in life with someone that is jealous. So if you ever wonder why conversations may be limited, it's because where there's no hedge, the possession is spoiled. And the hedge, which would be the person protecting the possession, does not want his possession spoiled. So we're not going to talk about things or allude to anything that would make this person get more jealous. But at some point, right? At some point, you got to grow up. There's got to be a snap. The light switch has to come on. This spirit of jealousy is not the spirit of the Most High. But I got more scriptures on this these thoughts that starts to swirl in a person's mind. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 23.
Please ask me what?
3 and verse 23.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand.
Okay, so you have this, you start to get idle, you want to start, investigating, you want to start, looking into different matters. Well, what about the things that you've learned in class? What about the scriptures? What about your own personal studies? It says more things are revealed unto you than men understand, and most people understand. Right here, you're connected to the fountains of wisdom. Stream of wisdom, S.O.W, you connected. All right, so you're getting more than the average person would ever get in their life. Why not meditate and think on that? Be not curious in unnecessary matters. And I'm bringing it out from a husband-wife perspective, but it can be a husband towards a wife. It's like, look, don't trip. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Why trip? Be not curious. I mean, if it's happening in front of your face, it's different, or it's at your doorstep, that's different. But as far as sisters are going out, I have never, not once, thought to myself, oh, sisters are out, then that means they're gonna hook up with other guys. I've never thought that. Because I'm like, well, shoot, no sides of control. I know I'm gonna be good, regardless. I got the domino ability.
What does that mean?
I know.
Hey, we were all waiting on that one.
Yeah, it was designed for everyone to be blank on that one. But Corey knows.
Domino ability is what?
So,
To lose? Wait, what are we talking about?
Oh,
This
wow.
guy.
Brothers just be
Wow.
getting spanked in dominoes, so I'm trying to figure out, what does he say? He's calling himself a loser?
not this brother.
Nah.
Not this brother.
I'm like, you disabled in dominoes like that.
God, dog.
Where we at, Reed?
You see how Judah goes in? I mean, the Southern Kingdom.
Brother is disabled at dominoes. Like, what abilities?
So, Domino's ability
Uh-huh. I'm trying to understand this.
is luck, basically. Like everything just works out in their favor.
Right, so losing. Okay.
No, everything, like losing isn't. Oh, bro, come on now.
Yeah, Corey collapses, right? Because Corey, no, you can't have no luck on dominoes. Corey, you riding with him? That's your doctrine? He your domino partner?
You want me to go to verse
Look, look,
24?
He your domino partner?
So it's called I'm calling it the domino effect because of this character. The character's name is Domino.
From an anime?
No.
Yeah, from
Marvel.
It's
Marvel.
always like
Marvel.
anime with brothers. It's always something
So
with anime.
everything just always kind of just works out for this character.
Oh, it's a Marvel character?
Yeah,
Kind.
I gotta rap with that.
like okay, y'all seen Deadpool? The second one?
Mm,
It was a chick,
I didn't see
black
it.
chick. She had a fro.
I didn't see it.
Okay, so in the movie, right? Everybody jumping out the plane, and he's supposed to be skydiving, landing to some spot. Well, all the Deadpool team gets wiped out just off the jump. But then Domino, she just like, even though the parachute wasn't working, it all of a sudden works, and then even though she's flying all crazy, she happens to land on something nice and cushy. It's like, yeah, everything just works out. Like
Got you.
everybody else got decimated, but it just worked out for me.
Got you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trip on what someone else is doing or what's going on somewhere else because I know things are gonna work out for me. I know them. I got so much security in my secure, which is the Most High, that I don't trip on something else happening on other fronts. Because as long as I'm locked in doing his will, that's gonna get taken care of. Whatever is gonna be taken care of.
So are you saying that to not be jealous, you gotta have faith?
Exactly.
It's a faith thing, right? You gotta actually believe.
Kinda, you gotta have faith in, bro, like the scripture's saying, don't be curious in the unnecessary things. It's not needful. Look, I know someone that got dressed in all black and asked me to drop them off at a drop point so they could sneak up on they man.
Oh, wow.
Drop one.
Oh, wait.
In all black?
This
All
real
black.
Real life?
Real life.
Oh, wow.
This was before the truth.
This is before the truth.
Oh.
Yeah.
We gotta always say that.
Yeah, this is before the truth.
Oh.
You
It
know,
was like, can you give me a ride?
with no sister in here asks that. That's crazy. I would need their name, right?
It was wild. And then my dad was like, you know why she called you to do that? Because I would have never done that stuff for her. I was like, as far as I knew, I was just giving her a ride. Yeah. Drop point. All black. Ninja.
By herself.
Ninja.
Flashlight in the streets, huh? That's crazy.
Gun.
Peeking through windows.
What happened to him?
I don't know.
Let us know what happened.
Be not curious in unnecessary matters.
They're still on.
So I didn't even ask. I was like, none of my business. Don't concern me. It does not. See, there's one thing that I do say. I'll say this. I'll say that doesn't affect my life, enhance or diminishes my life. Why would I worry about it? It has nothing to, it doesn't do anything for me or towards me. I'm not tripping on it. And then I try to teach that same lesson to my rib. I'm like, look, if it don't affect you, if it don't have nothing to do with you, it don't change or add or take away from your life, don't worry about it. Just keep it moving. Keep it smooth. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
And that's what starts to happen. When that spirit of jealousy is on you, you'll get deceived by your own opinions. You start to think things that's not there. Read on.
And an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment.
Your judgment is completely off. Your judgment is in this realm right here. A person who behaves in a wildly foolish, reckless, or uncontrolled manner. Someone who is affected with a severely disordered state of mind. That's what you start to get to. You have a severely disordered state of mind. When you have these evil suspicions. Read on.
Verse 25. Without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not the knowledge, therefore, that thou hast not.
Don't think you know what's going on when you don't know what's going on. Don't think you can see when you ain't seeing nothing. Don't take things out of context. You can overhear a conversation. I've heard it. You overhear a conversation, and I know they don't like me. I know they got something against me because they said purple, and I was wearing purple that day.
Wow.
How you know they wasn't talking about, making another garment? How you know they wasn't talking about, I just got some new shoes that was purple. Purple could be used for a lot of different things. Maybe they was talking about, some juice that they drank that was purple.
But ain't that the whole point where the irrational thinking kicks in and the hear the whole matter before you rebuke, be not hasty.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all that rationale goes out the door. So it's understandable where you can hear a trigger word or you could hear something and all of a sudden just lean towards it. Because if you're already predisposed in this jealousy mind, it's like a rivalry to a thing. That's what jealousy acts as. It's like the rival. Like, can I read something real quick?
Yeah.
A scripture?
Yeah.
Proverbs 14. Just right with what you're going with. Proverbs 14 and 30.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 30.
Whoa.
No, you got it. You got it.
You got-
Yeah,
You right there.
Yeah, this is the next one. You
Oh.
got it.
Oh, my bad. I got right on time, man. Go ahead, read it.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 30.
Go ahead.
A sound heart is the life of the flesh.
See that? A sound heart is the life of the flesh, meaning a sound mind. The scriptures tell us about keeping our heart with all diligence, because from it is the issues of life, right? Keeping your mind away from, all the worries. It tells us that in Proverbs, right? It tells us that in Proverbs chapter 4 and 23 down. It tells us how to keep our heart sound, but it tells us that the heart is the soundness of the flesh. So if my mind is sound, if my mind is stable, that's what it means by sound. It's safe. It's stable. I'm not with every window. You know why they call a person a lunatic? It was based off the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Lunatic. It was based off that they changed with the moon phases.
Mm.
That's what they were articulating about this person, that their mind changed with the moon. 1 minute is full, next minute is half. Every 2 days they change to something else.
One day they cool, next morning they not.
They not, right? So a sound mind is not always changing with every situation that pops up. There's no need to change. If you're not a jealous person, then you're just not a jealous person. Situations shouldn't make you jealous or envious, but they will if you're not sound, and if you're not looking at the situation and then backing it up, filtering things through scripture, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So a sound mind is health to the flesh. Go ahead.
But envy,
But what?
Come
on.
The rottenness of the bone.
Envy is the rottenness of the bone. So it's the rival. It's a soundness. It's a rival. Right? It literally rivals the thing that brings you life. Envy can destroy you. When something is rotting away, it's slow. Right? A fruit don't just go from ripe to rotten in one day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slow putrefaction. It's a slow breakdown. Right? And so you got to see that, like, are things in my relationship with my husband, with brothers, sister, whatever, is there a slow breakdown because of my outlook? Because my mind is not sound, first and foremost, to be able to handle different situations. And then is it causing a rottenness of the relationships that I'm in? Are things rotting away? Are things decaying? Are things breaking down because of the way my mind is positioned when it comes to these situations? Where if I just think about it, it ain't that big of a deal. Like with his boss, I'm pretty sure half the time they was eating lunches because he was buying lunch for the team or for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, she buy lunch for other people.
Yeah, but it's like with a person will have their mind fixated on you, the boss. But I guarantee you, if that boss was a man, it wouldn't even be a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be a conversation. But see, we allow things to change due to a gender that we associate problems with. Like that's how we look at things. Imagine if his boss was a man, he wouldn't even have that story to tell.
No, I wouldn't.
Because ain't no woman being jealous over no man. You see what I'm saying? There would be no need for her interest to perk up. But then what does it show? That shows that your mind isn't sound enough to even go through that and understand that, oh, that's just a working relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he was given signs that it was like a work wife type thing. You know how they do it in the world.
Got it.
She's my work wife. Right? Unless he was doing that nonsense, then I can see. But if he wasn't doing that and it's strictly just business and it's strictly, hey, he's the manager, That's what the managers do to promote like healthy work relationships. I've always worked at jobs where the managers or our higher ups, hey, you know, we got this coming in from this place or this coming in from this place, or manager take you for a one-on-one. Hey, let's go grab a bite.
Yeah.
They do your review. They don't do it so formally. I always was cool with my managers, and they was cool. You know, I had cool jobs. So we go out for one-on-ones. We had the damn bar.
Con.
And I had women managers, I had men managers, right? But if you didn't understand that, then you'd be caught up because the mind ain't sound. And then there's, again, like the scriptures say, read it one more time, and then you go to the next
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 30. A sound heart is the life of the flesh,
one. Right, go ahead.
but envy the rottenness of the bone.
Yeah. So your mental, where is it at when it comes to these situations?
Give me Proverbs chapter 27, verse 3. Even that situation that I brought up, I knew my manager had a husband. She was married, and me and her husband were cool. Matter of fact, he would suggest that she bring me things. Yeah, he's like, oh man, I know, Volante like this.
Mm-hmm.
Man, get him a to go.
Make him one too.
Yeah, make him one too.
That's dope.
It was cool, and the jealousy though, right? That foolish mind of jealousy. Couldn't see it, couldn't perceive it, couldn't understand it.
That's how you like be blowing up your own blessings. Well, what we always talk about, like the blessings come through other people. You just never know how the blessing is gonna come. And if you're in that type of spirit, you'll shut off that water.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because it don't have to really be like that. You know, even men don't have to be all. We don't have to be all extra jealous and extra possessive, and you ain't gotta be like that. Our rib works around men, right? She works at a high school. There's all types of little 18-year-old dudes running around. Mm-hmm. She got men at her job, right? What I'm gonna look like? Hey, don't speak to none of that. Right? I need you to, before you talk to them, they gotta call me, sis.
Parent teacher conference can only be done with the woman.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And you got some brothers that really think like that. Like, why are you talking to them? What you mean why I'm talking to them? That's my job.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta talk to parents, I gotta talk to students, I gotta talk to faculty. Right? You know, there's a way for it to go too far, and then that's a different story, but if you set your mind a certain way in the beginning, that every little interaction, you gotta be like up that person's rear end, you gotta literally be, what's going on your phone? Who you texting? Like, bro, you gotta set things off in a way that it's gonna be real hard to come back from. You know, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Don't show her those evil lessons on how to be that way. And really, it's just about understanding. It's about having the conversations. It's about having that soundness of mind. Where does that come from? Well, that comes from obviously the wisdom, but then again, have those conversations with the person. See where they're at. Understand where they're coming from, so that your thoughts don't have to be where he went to earlier in Ecclesiastes 3 with they ain't gotta be thoughts of evil suspicion. Every time she step out, she cheating. Every time she step out, she got a sneaky link. I mean, yo, some cats, y'all would be surprised. Nobody up in here. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man. But we've been there. We've been there. We've dealt with brothers. Because their minds aren't sound. Evil suspicion. Overthrow their judgment. Right?
Yeah, evil suspicions can even be in the sense of you can't say more than shalom to a sister. It's like I can't, like no one's trying to get with nobody.
Sit down at all with another man's wife, huh? Damn.
We ain't going out for drinks.
Wasn't even sitting down with the sister. I was just saying shalom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pass it. A friendly compliment. Hey, sis, look like you're losing weight. Good job. Oh, you checking out my wife's figure? Huh? No, it's
That's crazy.
can't
That's
say
not-
more than shalom.
But Cassie making it awkward like that, like that's what you're doing, and that's not what you're doing. I can look in your face and tell that you're losing weight.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta be so worldly and weird, like how people in the truth, yes, there's brothers and sisters in the truth that make it weird. And you're like, damn, I thought we were supposed to be like a family and a community. In communities, they talk to each other.
Con.
They pull up on each other, they salute each other, they talk to each other, they hold conversations, they're cordial. If nobody steps out of bounds, then we good. Right? Nobody steps out of bounds, then we good. But like everything can't be out of bounds.
Yeah.
Brother, why you looked at her? That's out of bounds. Like, where does it say that at?
Hey, sis, that's a nice head wrap.
Well, you're supposed to make a covenant with your eyes, brother. You shouldn't even gaze upon a maid. Like, what? That's not even the context of what that's like. Come on, brother.
Con.
Brothers be just over. But guess what? What is that? That's that overzealous, right? Or that jealousy. It's the same word. Zeal, jealousy. It's the same Hebrew word. We say that they're overzealous,
Mm-hmm.
or they're jealous. Zealous. Oh, okay. Right. So, you got to be able to put that somewhere and really have soundness of mind, because some dudes be looking crazy. Right? Some dudes be looking crazy behind their jealousy. When it talks about in Ecclesiastes, in 1 Ezra 4, men going out of their wits for women.
Yeah.
This is partly reason why they're jealousy.
Con.
Right?
Pause. Read that Proverbs 27:3.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 3. A stone is heavy, and the sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both.
A fool's wrath in ignorance, in jealousy, is heavier than sand, weight. It's a stone. It's heavy. It's heavy dealing with someone that's jealous. It's heavy. It's like, okay, someone that you want to be more open with, you got to be more closed with.
Bruh. That's why.
Because of the weightiness of their wrath, their foolish wrath. Read on.
But it starts with the mind not being sound enough to even have the convos.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
Verse 4. Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous. But who is able to stand before an envy?
So it's saying, so just by proxy, it's saying that wrath and anger don't hold a candle to envy. Because envy springs up all of that and some.
Yeah.
Envy, jealousy, all that springs up. More than just those two.
That's what fuels it.
Right.
That envy fuels it. It's like,
Oh, yeah. I know you're in pain.
that envy fuels those attributes. That's why that Proverbs 6 is important, because it says jealousy is the rage of a man.
Mm.
And you can't pacify his rage. There's no ransom, right? You mind if I get that real quick?
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter. It's Proverbs chapter. 6 and 34.
It's Proverbs chapter 6, verse 34.
Uh-huh.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
Go ahead.
Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Go ahead.
He will not regard any ransom.
Right.
Neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can do to pacify that rage. Right? There's nothing that you can do. A foolish man, when he's enraged with that jealousy, there's nothing you can do. You know how many wars have been fought over jealousy? On many different levels, not just over women.
Con.
But I want, I watched something about Trump and this bombing that Trump did in Iran. They're saying that he, part of the reason why he bombed Iran, why he finally went into it, Iran has a mineral deposit that they just found out about a month ago. They got these minerals that America don't got, because China cut off the supply. And that's what they use to fortify their weapons. Like the same bombs they dropped in Iran, those are the minerals that they need to make those same type of bombs.
Oh, dang.
Ain't that ironic?
God.
It's called, it starts with an A, not adamantium, obviously.
Yeah, that's not
But
real.
it's close. But it's a mineral they use to fortify their weapons. No, don't do that. Right? To fortify their weapons. Iran found out they have a deposit. America got none. Trying to cut off the well. So let's bomb you to show you that we got some power over you. But that's jealousy. You got something that we need. So we'll go. Think about how many wars have been fought on what America wanted: gold, oil, people. Right? Slavery, people. Yeah, it's wild if you think about it. They're not fighting wars, just a territory.
Yeah.
I want this land. South Korea and North Korea, why do you think they always at war? Taiwan and China, what you think they got going on? They fighting over what Taiwan should be. The Taiwanese Strait, they fighting over that. There's another war happening in Africa, Mongolia and somebody else. On like the very west of Africa, they fighting over the land. Scotland and Ireland, what do you think they fought about? They fought over the land. UK, they fought to try to get the Irish out. That's what that was about, land. Something that we want. We want the land, we want the resource. It's happening today.
Give me Matthew. Matthew 6:23.
So people ain't gonna like that I said that Trump bombed because of resources. What about the prophecies? I ain't deny no prophecies. Deny no prophecies, just saying. Hey.
Go ahead. Oh,
Do you have points? Or no?
this is all
Just one.
what does jealousy lead you to? And then what does this state promote, which is envy, envy, evil eye.
Corey's locked in, bro. You gotta make sure your notes, his notes look like your notes. That's what he want. He want the title, he want the red, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The red font, all that.
Send it. What scripture I call?
Matthew 6 and 23.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 23. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness.
Okay, so we've heard the scripture plenty of times when you're reading up the light in your eye. You know, if your eye be single, it's full of light. But then this is going, if your eye be evil, it's like looking on many different things, worried about unnecessary things, trying to go here and put your mind there, worried about what she talking about, worried about what he talking about, worried about what they doing, and they doing it without you.
What is more wickeder than the eye?
What is more wicked than that wicked eye in your mind?
Yeah. Yep. We touched on that Wednesday.
Gone.
Yep.
Read on.
If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
There's the depths of that darkness. That the depths of those darkness, who can search it? It says what is it, Jeremiah? I don't know why my brain is glitching right now. The domino effect.
Let me stop.
No, it says that when people say, you know, God knows my heart. Oh, the heart is desperately wicked.
Jeremiah 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9.
the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can know how great this darkness is? When these negative thoughts start swirling around your brain, and that spirit of jealousy is swirling around in you, and it's multiplying, jealousy, envy, an evil eye. You start getting spiteful. You start moving a certain way with the people that you feel envious towards, with the people that you feel have wronged you in some type of way, or that you're covetous about. They got something that you want. The way they move, you want to be able to move, but you can't. And so you're always comparing your household to their household. There's people that do that. Oh, Kwarzak don't do that at his house. Shatak don't do that at his house. Lakarab don't do that at his house. Why are you jealous about our household and our dynamics that you don't know? You don't know. You're in the dark about it. Nobody lives with us but the ones that live with us. So when that spirit is moving on you and the jealousy is swirling around, you start to question everything that's going on when it comes to the spouse. Who is he talking to? Why is he smiling on his phone? What are you watching? Who are you? YouTube. But it looks like you're texting. Because I'm typing in the next thing I want to look at. Like,
Can you comment on it?
yeah, I can't drop a comment. You know? Give me Romans. Yes, ma'am.
The light, then what is the light on this verse 23? It says, if therefore the light that is in you, what is this light?
The light is the singleness of mind and your focus, right? You're like in righteousness. Because when you're staying in your lane and you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, you don't need to be worried about what else is going on. Like we read it in the Ecclesiastes 3. Ecclesiastes 3:23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. So when you're curious in unnecessary matters, that's when that light is going out. But the light is being focused on the things that you should be focused on. Did I call another scripture out?
You just said Romans.
Okay.
Say a scripture.
Give me Romans chapter 1 verse 28.
John. Book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 28.
And we go here for usually this part of Romans, we start to go into, dip into the homosexuality and stuff like that. But this is also a byproduct of the jealousy. You start to get into this negative mind. And the Bible is going to give a whole list of the things that spew from this mindset. Read.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
So that's the strike. So the light is retaining God in your knowledge. Adonai. The light is retaining God in your knowledge. So in these different scenarios and situations that arise, when you don't have God in your knowledge, when you don't have the Most High in your knowledge, when you go through something and the scripture don't pop up, you're just blank-minded. What pops up in your head is a past experience or past trauma or what your mama told you or what your auntie told you. You're not retaining the Most High in your knowledge. You're retaining your past memories in your knowledge versus the supreme knowledge of the Lord. Read on.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
Okay, so since you don't want to put your mind on the Most High said, okay, well, shoot, go ahead. Have your mind on whatever you want to have your mind on. I'll let you run with it, sis.
That's the darkness.
That is the darkness. Read on.
To do those things which are not convenient.
Yeah, like dressing in all black and get dropped off at the drop point. Read on.
Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication,
Go ahead.
wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness,
Read.
full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers.
You see, like, the list is plentiful. Wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisper. Like, in jealousy, all these things can spring up. In any one of these things, everything else can start to spring up. Like how we talk about, how we'll say that the spirits jump, or these demons will jump. They start jumping like this. They send out the smoke, they send out the flare, saying that there's a party. And all the wicked spirits are invited. And they just start having a party. Be the party bus, all in your brain. Read on.
Backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers,
Go ahead.
without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
So, in turn, you start to give yourself to these things. Once you're giving yourself to it, you open up the door for all these other things. I mean, I could go in on each one individually, and we'll take the class another hour if I did that. But you open the door to all these different spirits when you start to hold on to that jealousy. When you don't get a mature mind, a manful mind, a womanly mind, and start to grow up and get past the childhood things, the childhood jealousies, not seeing things rationally or having understanding, only concerned about the way you feel and what's going on with you, and taking everything as though it's directed towards you when it don't have anything to do with you. And Quarazop said it earlier, murder. It was in this list. You can get murderous over jealousy. You can want to kill another sister. You can want to kill a brother. You know, you can want to kill yourself. You want to off yourself. Oh, I hate this life. You want to slit your wrists. I've seen someone today that had all the marks of cutting at themselves. But in all these things, it said a person who gives themselves to these spirits, they didn't like to retain the Most High in their knowledge. So what should we be doing? Class?
Retaining God in our knowledge.
We should be retaining the Most High in our knowledge. We should be having the ways of the Most High readily available in our brains, so that we can move as wise, not as fools.
Come on.
This is where this last point, where your focus should be.
Right, and so even with that Matthews, the light, there's two lights there. Just so you know, it's two lights, right? It says the light of the body is the eye. So it's talking about, he's giving you these metaphors. It's telling you that what you see, right? The light of the body is the eye. What does a light do? It illuminates, it shines so you can see clearly. If the eye be single or clear, you should be illuminated, right? So there's the illumination is going to be, remember Yahushua and John said, I am the light. It was John 3, so the light has come into the world, but men love darkness.
Yeah.
So he's showing you that if you're seeing clearly, you'll do what? he went to the scripture in Romans about you'll keep God inside of your knowledge, and what does that do?
We don't keep God in your knowledge.
When you do keep God in your knowledge, what happens? What does Baruch 4:1 say about being illuminated? Y'all remember? Go to Baruch 4:1 real quick, just on that little point. So it's showing you that the eye is like a candle. The eye sees, but what if that candle is dim? Can you see clearly? Or what if that light is dim? Can you see clearly? You're gonna see things obscured, right?
Right.
And then you're not gonna be filled with the light. You're not gonna be illuminated. So read Baruch 4:1 real quick,
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1.
right?
This is the book of the commandments of God,
Go ahead.
and the law that endureth forever.
Go ahead. So he's talking about the law, what it does. Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life,
Go ahead.
but such as leave it shall die.
Go ahead.
Turn thee, O Jacob,
Go ahead.
and take hold of it.
Go ahead.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Walk in the presence of the what?
Of the light thereof,
Light is the commandments and the wisdom. Go ahead.
that thou mayest be illuminated.
Right. So he's showing you that just going along with the class, your focus, right? And what you're looking at can lessen the light. So if if jealousy is what your eye is focused on, then guess what? Your body is full of darkness. Because that is what dims the light in you. That's what dims the Yahweh Shai, right? But it says every man is like his own candle, right? Every man should be a candle, right? Let your light so shine before men that others may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So one light is the light of being able to see clearly. The other light is the wisdom that's in you. That light that the eye is supposed to bring you to. Does that make sense? Just add in the way he's saying. Just add in the way he's saying, saying the same thing. I'm just giving you a little bit more.
Done.
Right? Because it says if thy eye be what? If thy eye be single, that just means clear. That's all it means. You're seeing things clearly. You'll be illuminated. But if thy eye be what? Evil, then your whole body should be full of darkness. So if your eyes are evil, it's showing you what you're looking at and then what you're giving yourself over to. Right? What does it say about yielding your members to unrighteousness and to sin? It says it brings death. Right? So he's just showing you what your eyes are focused on is what is going to be in you. And if you focus on evil, the light, which is Christ, that's going to diminish in you. We see that. That's practical, right? But if you focus on, if your eye is seeing clearly, then guess what? That the light in you is going to also illuminate more or resonate more. And then the whole thing is about focus, right? What are you focused on? What are you meditating on? We talk about meditation, that goes into it. So go ahead.
Give me just on that, because it's just falling right in line. Isaiah 34:16. Where do you focus on? Where should your focus be? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, and read. No one of these shall fail. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and its spirit it hath gathered them.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord. You want some understanding? You want to keep these spirits off of you? Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read.
And what is that going to do? It says the law is a lamp. Right? It says it illuminates your path. Right? It says to keep the law as frontlets in between your eyes. So just put it all together. If the law is frontlets in between my eyes, frontlets, that's what I'm meditating on. That's what's illuminating my path. That's going to, it says the righteous, their light shineth. What is it? What does it say about the righteous?
Is that a shining light gets brighter, brighter?
Brighter and brighter. It says the righteous are as a shining light. It's in Psalms, right? But it tells you about the wicked. Their candle is off, put out, right? So just even going with where he's at. Where you at again?
Isaiah 34:16.
Right. The law is supposed to be the guide, the lamp at our feet to cause us to see and to cause us to walk. If you could see properly, then what you gonna do? You see it so you can walk, right? But you're trying to walk to somewhere, right? So that's the whole point. So he's just using, he's using these analogies, the eye, the this, the that, but the light, Christ is the light, right? So I mean, I think you understand.
Proverbs 4 and verse 7.
And the word light there in that scripture, it's two different words. It's not the same word in the Greek. When you look into it, it's not the same words. Just ain't. So the one thing you can't run away from the language, because then you'll misunderstand a lot of the things that it's saying. So that's how y'all know how I get down.
Con.
And then also, if you want an easier rendering of what it was saying, you can go into Luke 11 and verse 33. It talks about the same thing, but it just gives it more plainly, I guess. I don't know. Kind of says the same thing, but it's just another witness. Can I get a witness? Yeah, go ahead. Read where you at.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
Get what?
Understanding.
Seek ye out the book of the Lord and get you some understanding. Shake them demons off of you. What? Seek ye out the book of the Lord, read. With all thy wisdom, get understanding. Come to a happy rationale in your mind. Shake off the negativity.
Where you at?
Proverbs 4 and 7.
Read verse 18.
Verse 18.
My bad.
But the path of the just
Right.
is as a shining light
Right.
that shineth more and more unto the perfect day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Read verse 19.
Verse 19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not.
Because the righteous, their eye is set on righteousness, and what that's going to do is, that's their focus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what that's going to do is grow that light in them. But the wicked, they're set on wickedness, and it's going to diminish that light in them. It says they're like clouds without water. They're spots at feast, right? So, I said it, I had quoted it, and then we right there. So, go ahead.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Brother class in the spirit.
Give me did you finish that scripture?
Got it.
Okay. Give me 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 11. And then so in the midst of all this negativity that can be stirred up in a man, in a woman, and then corralling your mind in the scriptures, right? In reading, getting understanding, going back over a class, recalling the things of the Most High versus the things of the world. The things, and not recalling the things that your mama taught you, or what your homegirl taught you, or some past trauma experience that you went through. But recalling the things that the Most High has been instilling you in these days. Read that 1 Thessalonians 4 and 11.
Look at 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet.
That you say to do what?
Be quiet.
Be quiet in your mind. Be quiet in your spirit. To be at peace. To seek, look, the definition of that quiet. I'm not even going to tell you the Greek word because it sounds, I'm not good at that.
Where you at? Oh, Hesokadzo. Hesokadzo. Let's see if I'm
2270. Hesokadzo.
You're
close.
good.
Hesokadzo. I was close. I've been studying that Greek.
It says,
I'm Hellenized.
bam.
In righteousness.
God. So the Bible says study to be quiet, right?
Hesokadzo.
To keep quiet, to rest, cease from labor, to lead a quiet life, to be silent, to say nothing, hold one's peace. So it says study to be quiet. Study to have like this peace of mind so that you don't feel like you got to go to war with that spirit of jealousy. You don't have to take on the spirit of jealousy. You can just let it go. Don't take it into your chest. Because when you're taking it in, you're causing more damage to you, yourself, internally, in your spirit, in your mind, more than you are anywhere else. But it does come out and it affects other things, but it affects you first. You are the first victim of it. Study to be quiet.
Can I get something? Exodus 14:13. I'm gonna just read it. Moses said unto the people, "Fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord." And it's kind of going along that same line. It's just relax, stand still, just like study to let the Most High be in control.
Let Jesus take the wheel.
Study to be a passenger.
Study to have faith to be a pastor.
Because that's what it is. It's really to give somebody else a control is faith.
Like Corey, you have faith.
Huh,
You have faith today.
bruh.
What you mean? Oh, Fred was driving?
I was driving.
Oh, really?
I was crashing his car.
Oh, wait. No. Come on, bro. You can't get in the man's car once.
Right?
As the driver, it just. What you thought? Jesus was driving?
Nah.
Were you trying to get a wheel up?
Nah.
You was studying to be too quiet.
I thought the car in front of me moved and it didn't.
Damn.
Bruh.
Now you know.
Now you know.
It never gonna happen again, huh? Corey, like, look.
I was so nervous.
Why do you drive? What, your back was messing up?
Nah,
Oh, you tired?
I was
It was a
already in the
test.
passenger seat. I
It was a
like,
test.
Oh.
It was a test. It was like the test in swordfish.
bruh.
Wow. Why did you say that? I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to my mind when I jumped in the driver's seat. It's like a test.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy. Yeah.
back to the scripture, right?
You start laughing. You know it's.
Yeah.
That brother start laughing. Go ahead. Let me stop.
Study to be quiet. Study to mind your own business. Study to stay in your lane. Study to know what's needful for your spirit and not be concerned with the things that's not.
Yeah.
Read on.
And to do your own business.
I jumped to scripture. Yeah, do your own business. Mind your own business. Go ahead.
And to work with your own hands, as we commanded you.
So, do the things that's needful. One of the examples that came out earlier that the sister brought out says she in this Israelite life she'd be so busy. The sister can get so busy. Well, she has a level of understanding that she knows that she needs to be busy, to work with her own hands, to tend to the things that she knows she's supposed to be holding down. And when you let that spirit of jealousy come in, that's a spirit of ignorance, because you let the things that you know you're supposed to be holding down fall through your hands. You don't uphold it. Things start getting messy. Things start getting cluttered. Life starts to get chaotic. When all you had to do was stay on top of the things that you're supposed to be on top of. And it happens in a man's life too. When we don't stay diligent on maintenance, just like a car, when you don't stay on top of the maintenance, it'll fall apart. And then it seems like it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. It's all because you didn't stay on top of your maintenance. God. That's it. Any questions?
Live.
All right, well, those of you online, thank you for hanging in there with us as your substitute class for today.
Bakar pulled my favorite, that's my other favorite scripture, Romans 8:28. Yep.
Kind.
Yeah, remember, we're live tomorrow, since the brothers are gonna be at the summit, so VA and Rochester gonna be at the summit. So, you know, couldn't travel this time. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. So yeah, we don't hold it down for class, so we will see y'all manana. Manana. Mañana. Mañana. I ain't gonna mess up Spanish if I could say Greek. Come on.
Yeah.
See y'all banana, right? Banana. Mañana. Right? So with that, I guess we're gonna say shalom. Shalom. We'll see y'all manana.